Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. We got some fun conversations to talk about today. Trill to life in the building, man. What's going on, man? Gabe Toss, what's going on? Kentrell LeGrew, what's happening? Mr. Mileage. Oh, Hefe, yes, sir, I am as well. Kentrell, what's up? Branson, what's good? Wait for y'all to come on in. If y'all coming in today, man. Let me see something. What's up, Jose? Yeah, that's a little better right there. All right, we got 50 people in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good, reliable people to talk boxing with. Good, reliable. Say we support daily over here. I appreciate that, channel 86. And let me talk about that for a second, Charles, channel 86 TV. Thank you very much for supporting every day, because you remind me that the people that support are the most important, not the people who don't support. It's the people that do support that matter, not the people that don't support. What's going on, Rugged Rob? What's going on? Nephew Tank all over all them bums. You know, he's outside, run around looking, you know, he's outside. Make sure this, hopefully this does not disconnect. Keep this shit away from me. Put that like that. Tank back. Yeah, he's outside. Check me outside. Yeah. Yeah, he is. Let me see something. So nice to see, man. Ski Mask Slides, what's going on? Salute to you, brother. How you feeling this morning? Frank and Albright might be the most competitive on that card. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that fight. I'm going to call that fight card. Please, man. Please. I got to call these fights, man. I'm going to call these fights. I've been making sure that I've been staying up late, watching fight cards, I've got to get my endurance up for watching fights late at night. E-double-E-dog, what up, man? Pretty Rick in the building. What's up, man? How you feeling, sir? Boxing Dad in the building. What's going on? Lewis Shipman, blessings to you as well. Blessings to you as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotta love boxing talks. Yes, sir, I do. Good morning, Fanon. God bless. Pictures a little distorted for your information. You know what? I know what that is. Give it a second. Actually, here, let me see if I can clear this up. I think that's because I'm uploading the video at the same time. I can cancel this upload. And let me see if I go out and come back in, if that will fix the problem. Yeah, I think that's because I was uploading something. So let me come out and come back in. All right. Hey, thank you, Leon Dunlap. Let me see if that solved the problem. Should. Man. Oh, yeah, it fixed it. All right. Yeah, it fixed it. All right. Yeah, I know what it is. I was uploading something at the same time, man. Yeah, I was uploading something at the same time, man. I ain't got the bandwidth to pull that stuff out, man, because I got Spectrum. I don't have Google Fiber. So I have limited bandwidth, and it bit me. But that's okay. I got a couple things accomplished. I'll be able to get the rest up later. You know? Yeah. Gervonta's back at it though, so let me show you the picture, man. I want to talk about Gervonta Davis, bro, because really we got good fights coming up this weekend with Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. And then what's the other fight on the card you said was going to be the most competitive on the card? Nahir Albright and Frank Martin. Yeah, that's probably the second most. That's probably going to be the most competitive one. Aside from the Keith Thurman and Sebastian Fundora, it's very hard for me to get excited for that fight card. I cannot lie to you. I cannot lie to you. It's very difficult for me to get excited about that. Very difficult for me to get excited about that fight. Because for me, it just looks like it's going to be a slaughter. It looks like it's going to be Keith Thurman getting retired. And what a shame it will be. Now, if Keith Thurman gets this knockout victory, oh, man, Keith Thurman is back. So Keith Thurman is rolling them dice, man. You know what I mean? He's rolling the dice, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. They're not going to let him come back easy, bro. No easy fights for these PBC fighters when they get older. They get mad. Even with Errol Spence Jr. having to fight fighting Tim Tszyu. Just, man, I swear they don't give nothing easy, bro. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that fight, but I'm going to support it. I'm going to support the fight for sure. I'm not particularly in love with it, but I will definitely support it. I'll definitely support it. But Keith is probably going to get slapped up. I ain't gonna lie. There's almost no way. The jab, the thing that Sebastian Fundora did in his last fight that I really thought was very good is that it took him a long time before he really started laying into Tim Tszyu. He boxed very well from the outside for a long period of time in that fight. And then eventually he started giving up his height again, but that's when he started sitting down on them shots and really fucked up Tim Tszyu. So, I mean, I know that the thing with Keith Thurman is how good are his legs going to be? What's going on, 2 Cent? How good are his legs going to be? And it's going to be so hard for him to land a jab on that guy. And if you get caught, if he winds up having to jump in and he starts getting caught on the way in and the way out or the way out, man, that could get easy. I mean, that could get ugly. He's going to have to use a lot of lateral movement. He's really going to have to get to the side of that big ass dude to try to land something, man. You know what I mean? That's what I think is really going to be key for Keith Thurman. He's going to have to be able to get to the side of Sebastian Fundora and land some shots while in a position where Fundora really can't land anything good on him. You know what I mean? And Keith Thurman has never been anybody I've ever seen really that's an inside fighter. At least I've not seen it. So it's going to be tough, man. Leon W said, I'm saying Keith is good, but getting older and that height differential, that length differential, the output differential, there's a big problem that Keith Thurman is going to have because of the output. Just the output, the punch output of Sebastian Fundora is going to cause him a lot of problems, especially if he's doing it from a distance where Keith cannot really effectively counter him. That's just going to be an ugly because Fundora need to go on up to heavyweight, man. Sebastian Fundora need to go ahead and get up to cruiserweight. What's going on, light skin business? I think I said what's up to 2 Cent. What's going on, 2 Cent? Yeah, so can Keith Thurman 2 weeks to the body, and Sebastian Fundora will chop you down like a tree. Meaty Riley in the building. What's up, man? He said, blessings to you, brother Martin, and peace to the chat. Yeah, man. Thank y'all for coming on in. We're waiting for y'all to come on in. It takes a while. But we're going to keep putting in the work. You know what I mean? And thank you to everybody that's been talking about Fanon International Boxing over the last couple weeks. Thank y'all very, very much for continuing to talk about Fanon International Boxing. I really appreciate it, man. I hear there's a lot of people out there talking about me. So thank you very much for all of the publicity that you've been giving me. It has been nice to get this great conversation, this boxing conversation going again. I was just on Twitter yesterday. Twitter, which I do not put the live streams on because you know how it goes. Y'all ain't putting it up. Isaiah Burstone said, for sure, Fanon, you the truth. Thank you, Isaiah. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I appreciate y'all out there supporting me, man. And even the people that don't support me, man, thank you. I really appreciate it. So, Frank Martin and Nahir Albright. I got Frank Martin knocking out Nahir Albright for no good reason. Because I've only seen Nahir Albright fight one time. Can anybody tell me the style that Nahir Albright fights at? Last time I checked, was Nahir at 140 when he beat Keyshawn's brother? Hey, Channel 86 TV said YouTube crashed for a few hours yesterday. I saw that. It didn't crash for me, and it didn't crash for my videos. Fanon, you know everybody know you are the man for sure. Thank you, Kirk Jones. I'm trying to get there, bro. Really. I'm trying to get there. I would love to be considered a man, but nah. I was joking yesterday when somebody called me Fanon the Great that I like that one. He's like, you're great to me. You know, I've got a negative mindset. A lot of times I'm like, yeah, great to you, man, but not great to some people. You know what I mean? But it's okay. I know sometimes I make people mad. And I'm probably going to make some people mad today. And it is what it is. You know, I don't intend to make you mad. Yesterday, though, I got reminded of something, that some of you guys are just really hardcore racists. And I just got reminded why it's so sad that the black boxing media, 90% of it sold out, because now they are really doing the job of the racist white people that used to call you the N-word all the time. Now, I mean, seriously, man, what's going on, Barbara D? No. I'm not ignoring you. You said Martin Blackwell. Are you ignoring me because I said Keith Thurman stomped? No, I am not. Honestly, I'm just trying to get in a narrative zone because, you know, we're kind of in that dry space of boxing, Barbara. So I'm just kind of zoning out my mind to the moon and letting the boxing world words flow out because I got to talk for 2 hours. But no, absolutely not. I'm not ignoring you. To the beautiful Barbara D. I'm just out here letting shit just fly out my pie hole. Because, man, Barbara, let me talk to you for a second, Barbara. Man, Barbara, I had some racists yesterday try to highbrow me, and then the next day they got all racist on me. And I was like, man, that's just like these little W boys. Hey, man, do you know what the word W boy is when I say that? And I don't mean any bad shit to my guys, to my white people, man. No joke. Y'all good people. For real, I'm older now. I'm 57. I'm 56. I'm going to be 57. Bro, I'm trying to get this next phase of my life through without beefing with nobody. You know, I've spent like well over, 80% of my life, 90% of my life beefing with people. I don't want to do that anymore. And in my early ages, I used to beef with y'all a lot. So I had this experience on Twitter yesterday where this guy said something stupid. Basically took an alley-oop that black people threw them about Al Heyman. And then when I responded to them, the dude tried to get tough with me and highbrow me and say, if you at me again, speak with me with courtesy like a man. And I basically told the man, I'm going to speak to you how I speak to you. If you don't like it, block me. Right? And basically, the next day, the dude leaves a comment, and the first thing that he says is, what is this word? It's one of the, how I ever listen to people, how they purposely use black people vernacular to try to insult black people. Like, hey, what's up, Kang? Like, hey, Kang. You know what I mean? Some shit like that, right? Mispronouncing a word or trying to pronounce it in an Ebonics pronunciation, some shit like that to insult you. So anyway, I blocked the guy, and he cries like a baby that he got blocked. But Cornelius Burnett said, don't be ignoring Barbara D. I will not. Thank you for that support, man. We trying to raise some money today. Thank you for that support, bro, for real, because the number of people don't matter. It's the amount of color in the chat. Please put some color in the chat. It'll be greatly appreciated. I know you are, Barbara D. I know you are, Barbara D, but that's fine. Nigga said Tank retired because he's drinking cucumber water. Hold on. Somebody said that? Hold on. Did somebody, hey man, you got to give these guys credit, bro. They will say any fucking thing because today is a day. They are not going to stop lying on making up shit on Tank. Tank has some cucumber water. That means he's retired from boxing. I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't. You know what it sounds like to me? The guy looks like he's on weight. Looks like he's been in the gym training. Looks like he's on weight. That's what it looks like to me. And he is driving that Ferrari. Two-Tone said that shit, I swear. Look, man. Comedians, man. Thank y'all for putting color in the chat, man. For real. Thank you for putting color in the chat. Two-Tone said that shit, I swear. Look, bro. The guy is a comedian. So you got to expect him to crack jokes. You know what I mean? That's it. It's tough to make a living. It's tough to make a living as a comedian. So these guys got to, like it's tough to make a living doing a lot of shit these days if you're freelancing. So you got to say what you got to say, man. You got to do what you got to do to get the, them dummies know that cucumber water is healthy. Man, that man probably think there's some liquor in there or something. Nah, man, but it is what it is, bro. Yeah, I love it, though. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. But that's cool because you got to do a job, man. I understand, man. Nothing personal against Two-Tone. What's his name? Two-Tones? Two-Tone something? Yeah, Two-Tone. Man, them dudes are part of that network, that Boxing Talk network. That Boxing Talk network that I don't participate in at all. Not that I have anything against them. I really don't. But, the narratives get kind of old, bro. But they push those narratives out. Yes, they do, bro. They push them shits out every day. And the funny thing is that it's boxers that are helping to push these narratives out now. When they're the ones that also get so upset about the fact that there's narratives out there on them. Miles Johnson, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Hope you're doing well, sir. Milos. That man said the boxer, you're funny. I got Tank beating all of them because he got that killer mentality in the ring. Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're not there. All those guys are out of the weight class. I got Gervonta beating everybody because everybody left 135. Everybody left 135. So I don't even know, really, if any of these fights with Gervonta Davis are realistic. But it's seriously, it's better than it's. Hey man, what do y'all think about what Keyshawn said about Gervonta, bro? Excuse me. Yeah, man, it's tough. Man, I kind of sometimes, Hold on one second. I respect what he said about it. Gilbert Jimenez, what's up, brother? How you feeling, man? What's going on, man? How you feeling, man? Everybody's coming at Shakur. Yeah. Everybody's coming at Shakur. That's the way they want it. That sounds good to me. Why shouldn't they come? Why shouldn't they come at Shakur? Shakur is holding himself out to be the best fighter in boxing. Everybody's supposed to come at him. And he can't punch. So these guys are going to want to come at him. But really, we'll see whether or not he actually fights these guys. I don't appreciate what he had to say about my guy, Shakur Foster. I think Shakur is doing a little Canelo act right there. Shakur's got a little bit of prima donna in him. A little bit, a little touch. Not too much. But, I don't like what he said about Shakur Foster. I don't accept that about what he said about Shakur Foster. I have to raise some issues about that. Because Shakur Foster is the same size as you. Shakur is a tremendous fighter. If he's willing to pay your sanctioning fee, then why wouldn't you fight him? Now, I'm not saying you have to fight him, but I'm saying why wouldn't you fight him? I understand that Shakur's got a lot of other things on his plate, and O'Shaquie might not be the first priority, especially since his belt is at 140. But to not consider O'Shaquie because O'Shaquie was disrespectful, man, Shakur, disrespectful is in the eye of the beholder. And Gervonta Davis wouldn't say your name because he thought you were disrespectful for saying things about him. So, I don't agree. I like Keyshawn too, but I'm a true fan. Win, loss, or draw. I don't know what you mean. But you don't disagree. You disagree with what? Exactly. We've got 209 people in the building. Will you hit the like button, please, and politely? Or I'm sorry, we have 223 people in the building. Would you mind hitting the like button? That would be very nice. Also, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Hey, thank you, Pretty Rick. Said, stay blessed, brother. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the color in the chat. We like blue. Thank you, sir. I'll try my absolute best to be positive, to continue to support these boxers, but also to tell you that women's boxing. What do y'all think? Hey, is there any chance that Clarissa Shields will lose to Franchon Cruz DeZorn? Is there any chance that Clarissa Shields will lose to Franchon Cruz DeZorn? Do you guys think it's a mismatch? Do you think that there's any shot? I really don't see it, but I'm still excited to see her get back in the ring. I got to tell you the truth, bro, because this is one more fight that I think is going to get us closer to Shadasia Green. Because for some reason, I think that Shadasia Green was the most exciting fight for her. But Pretty Rick, please tell me what you don't agree. But true Tank fan, win, loss, or draw. Oh, Keyshawn Davis is not going to be trying to fight Gervonta because Keyshawn's already at 140 pounds and he missed the Gervonta's weight by 4 pounds. So there's almost no chance whatsoever. Almost no chance whatsoever that taking place. The fight between Keyshawn Davis and Keyshawn Davis and Gervonta Davis. That's just not going to happen, bro. Hey, man, thank you. But Barbara Davis, thank you. Barbara Davis is like thank you, Barbara. Appreciate you massively. I'm sorry, I just saw this. She says, color in the cash app. Oh, thank you. Hey. And I got some nice kisses. Mwah. Thank you, sweetie. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for supporting the chat. Barbara D. Let me get it going. The boxing bell. I will tell you right now. Can you hear me? Tell me if you can hear me now. Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right, y'all can hear me now. Okay, cool. I fucked up. There's something wrong with the cord that I got. It's got to shorten the cord. So anyway, man, I wanted to explain something to you guys. Do y'all know how y'all see internet people starting beef with each other? It's because of moments like this, where there's really not a lot of engagement, and you have to seek out engagement for yourself. This is when people start lying on boxers and start saying things like Gervonta Davis is on the run. This is when people do stuff like that. I just want to let you know. That's when they start doing stuff like that. When there's no jokes to crack, when there's no, when there's no real good boxing conversation because it's Wednesday, hump day, when this fight when two fights are coming up that there's not a lot of importance in. Like Ryan Garcia, man. Ryan Garcia's biggest fight is with Devin Haney. Devin Haney is now the B-side fighter, or is basically in chase mode again. So if that fight was going on this weekend, I think that there would be something good to talk about. As a matter of fact, let me talk about Devin Haney for a second, because I would like to change my opinion about Devin Haney. I think right now at 147 pounds is when we're for the first time ever, that we're actually going to see Devin Haney fighting guys his own size. And I think that this right now is when Devin Haney has been trained to hit his peak at 147 pounds. And what's going on, man? Be more love for Tank. Yes, sir. And I think that right now, this is where Devin Haney's legacy is going to be defined. Not by the stuff that happened at 135 and not by the stuff that happened at 140. And the reason that I say that is because he's not really a 135 pounder. He was always a welterweight because he was always coming in and fighting guys during the championship fights that he had well over 135 pounds. He's fighting these guys at 160, 165 pound times. Al said, I think, so what is this? ALW said, I think you have separated yourself from the rest of the world, from the rest of the boxing world talkers. In a sense that I have, yeah, in a sense, yeah. I think I have. I'm totally like separated. I think I am. Not just because of, because I'm a different type of person. I'm in a different stage of life. Different influences and all kind of stuff. It's just kind of tough to do. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're going to see what Devin Haney's made of at 147 pounds. Because I think all of the games and all the gamesmanship, I think it's the end of it. So, to the extent that I talk bad about these guys because I didn't like the way they handled themselves at 135 pounds, I am hoping that Devin Haney and Devin Haney specifically gets to show who he really is with these fights at 147. The unfortunate thing is that it doesn't seem like these guys want to fight Devin at 147. Just doesn't look like it. If you look at the fight with Lewis Crocker, he called out Lewis Crocker. There's been no movement on him fighting Lewis Crocker. Rolly Romero does not want to fight him and said he's not going to do it because he's going to get sued. You have Ryan Garcia, who Devin Haney says he doesn't want to fight, probably because Ryan Garcia is going to insist on taking all the money, and Ryan Garcia may very well beat him. So it's going to be a very, very interesting thing to see how Devin Haney is able to navigate at this weight class that he really is supposed to peak at. The fight that he got a championship against, which was Brian Norman Jr., to me, in retrospect, I'm not going to say that I saw it looking in. It just kind of seemed like as close to an in-house friend fight as you can get. It seemed like they are kind of in the same network, social media network. The people that supported Devin Haney and the people that supported Brian Norman Jr., without saying the particular people's names who are very close to those camps, the fact that, even the fact that Brian Norman Jr. came on this channel on several occasions. Never invited his son on, but he came on. Similar to the way Devin never came on, but Bill came on. So I think that was, I don't want to say that they sold their belt because that's not the case. I think that Brian Norman Jr. believed that he could beat Devin Haney. But at the same time, I think Devin Haney has good matchmaking and good eyes in his camp for who and how to beat people, and not just necessarily people like Bill Haney. Bill Haney's not the only voice in there as far as picking and choosing fighters. But other than that, you can't really see where Devin Haney's going to get a shot at another championship belt. So he's probably going to have to defend at 147. But then that's why you see him talking about going to 154 to try to get a shot at the WBO champion at 147 or WBO and WBA champion in Xander Zayas. You know, 2 Cents said they definitely sold that belt. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that like I saw it because I didn't see it, man. You got Brian Sr. and Bill hit the show. Now you need Schofield Sr. Channel 6. No, I'm actually, shout out to the Schofields. No, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with those guys not coming on my channel. I really am. Ruben Langsher said, YouTube boxing's dead without Tank. It really shows. Yeah, it really is. But at the same time, that's fine with me. Does not matter, man. We fight through, we talk. But anyway, Haney a runner in weight. But seriously, that positions him to try to fight Xander Zayas. Xander Zayas is not going to fight Devin Haney. Xander Zayas is somebody that is so young that he's going to wait Devin Haney out and wait for Devin Haney to move and get a championship belt himself at 147. He's not going to get that one-off straight shot at Xander Zayas. Not going to happen. Top Rank's not going to do it. Top Rank already dealt with Devin. Top Rank's not going to do that, and I do believe Xander is still signed. I do believe Xander Zayas is still signed with Top Rank. You know? That's what I believe anyway. So yeah, man, I don't know what's gonna happen with him, man. So I'm looking forward to him staying right there at 147, and it's gonna be interesting to see what he's gonna do with Keyshawn Davis, because Keyshawn Davis really has him between a rock and a hard place. Keyshawn Davis is not somebody that Devin Haney wants to fight, because Keyshawn Davis can very well hurt Devin Haney. And I don't think Devin Haney wants to fight Ryan Garcia either. But Ryan Garcia is probably the biggest fight. And I think 2 Cents said that the other day, that Ryan Garcia is probably the biggest fight for Devin Haney. But that's also a huge risk, because you're not going to be able to plant performance enhancing drugs on him again. You're not Sean Haney is not going to have another psychic journey that reveals to him that he's going to get Ostarine shot in his toothpaste, because I don't believe that Ostarine shit. I don't believe it. You know what I mean? I don't think that they're going to be able to go back to the scene of the crime on that. I don't. I think they're going to have to do clean shit. And all of this talk about Vada and it's not going to work. It's not because Vada, I think, yeah, because Victor Conti's not around. So it's just going to be very interesting stuff, man. Keyshawn is probably going to be the end of Devin or the beginning of Devin, one or the other. Keyshawn is either going to be the real rebirth of Devin Haney, or he's going to be the end of Devin Haney as a serious fighter. Because did you guys hear how Mace and Cam talked about Devin Haney? Did y'all hear that? I mean, it was pretty bad the way that Cam talked about Devin Haney, because he said that basically that Devin Haney was going to be a cherry pick for Keyshawn Davis. Nicole, thank you so much for your support. The ladies in the building, thank you so much with the $5 holler. Thank you, sister. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And it's right at 936. Good numbers for me, man. Good numbers. I appreciate that. Yeah, Keyshawn. Yeah, Keyshawn got him between a rock and a hard place, because Devin can't fight Shakur, because you know what Shakur is going to do to Devin if Shakur fights Devin. Anybody want to guess? Let me see if I can tempt you guys to make a guess. Guess what Shakur Stevenson is going to demand from Devin Haney? I shouldn't say it because y'all like to steal content. Where's my pen? A guess what Shakur Stevenson is going to want from Devin Haney if they fight each other. Because Devin Haney is clearly the B-side to Shakur right now. Any takers? Any takers? We got 257 people in the building. Can we get one person to make a guess? If not, I'll tell you what it is. A shitload more than 25%. Do you now understand how Devin Haney has been exposed for ducking Shakur Stevenson? Because Devin Haney wanted Shakur Stevenson to take 25% in order to get that fight. Shakur Stevenson goes up, busts up Teofimo Lopez. I think Shakur Stevenson is not going to want anybody's 25% and is going to want a whole lot more money than that. And is going to put a rehydration clause on you to get the fight. That's what I think they're going to want for that fight. But if you let me play it for y'all, man. Excuse me. Let me play it for y'all. I think my guy sent it to me on Instagram. Damn, nah.
This is the smartest shadow boxing drill in boxing. Tank Davis shadow boxes well.
Nah, Phoenix. Man, I could have swore somebody sent that shit to me. Man, these niggas be promoting. And you know what's be killing me, bro? Cats be promoting everybody on my Instagram. I don't never get nobody accidentally sending no shit. Ray say, you believe Devin can beat Shakur, just me? You believe Devin can beat Shakur, just me? Do I believe that Devin Haney can beat Shakur Stevenson? No. Well, let me say, thank you for the question, man. I really appreciate you putting the question in the chat. No. I don't think he will. No, I think Devin Haney is going to get pieced up by Shakur. I think he gets pieced up by Shakur. I don't even think that's a close fight. I said that when I saw the sparring. Hell no. I don't got Devin over Shakur. Dog, seriously, man, I'm a big Tank fan, bro. It's all I can do not to pick Shakur over Tank. I mean, for real. It's all I can do not to pick Shakur over Tank. Because I can see Shakur winning the fight, and I can see Tank winning the fight. And right now, I got a problem because the last fight I saw Gervonta in, he got a draw in a very close fight. And honestly, I thought Gervonta won the fight, but it was a close fight. Shakur had a blowout fight. So for me, it's like, who do I got? You know what I mean? I know Shakur is the real deal. Really, he really is. And Shakur's got a very good brain trust around him. And Shakur's probably not going to take the fight unless it's the time that he thinks he can win. Because as of right now, they're still wasting a lot of money. They're still, you know, it's funny, bro. I can almost tell you when some shit's going to happen. I can almost tell you when shit's going to happen. LeVar Aiken said Haney has no shot at beating Stevenson, no chance in hell. Oh, he got a chance in hell. All he got to do is go to distance, and his daddy pay enough money, and maybe he'll get a draw. Seriously, man, I don't underestimate these shady-ass dudes, man. I don't underestimate the shade that can come from these people. But no, I don't see that him beating a man. Hell no. I don't see him beating him. Let me tell you something, Dag. I'm being honest with you, bro. Shakur can beat anybody at 140 and 135. The only question is, will he? I can see how Gervonta Davis can beat Shakur. I can see it. Like, I can, in my mind's eye, I can see it. And I'm going to tell you, there's definitely ways that you can beat Shakur. So I'm not tripping and saying Gervonta can't beat him. I'm just saying that Gervonta Davis is going to have to be able to pull something off that I know Gervonta Davis knows how to do. Because Gervonta Davis is not these guys like Teofimo Lopez is not he doesn't come from an educated pedigree. He doesn't come from an educated pedigree. Fighters like Gervonta Davis come from an educated pedigree. Floyd comes from an educated pedigree. Terrence Crawford comes from an educated pedigree. Errol, not as much as guys that come out like Keyshawn Davis has an educated pedigree at this point in time. And by that, I mean they're coming from areas that have traditionally very, very solid fighters that have traditionally fight in a certain style, see other styles, and know how to compete against these different styles. When you fight somebody else from Detroit, like, for example, when Floyd fought somebody like DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley, that should have been a lot more lopsided than you would think it was. But because Chop Chop Corley is educated in that American style of fighting, he did better against Floyd than somebody like a Mexican style fighter would, because he's more, or somebody that is more of a come forward fighter that isn't familiar with how you handle these in different scenarios. You know what I mean? So that brain trust for Shakur is a very serious thing. Devin is going to out jab Shakur I mean, if you think he's going to out jab him, okay. To me, it looks like Devin Haney drops his hands a lot. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like Devin drops his hands a lot. And that's an orthodox southpaw stance. So, I mean, we can see. But no, the way I see, let me tell you, I see him. I see the problem with Shakur being Gervonta Davis's jab. I think Gervonta Davis's jab will cause Shakur Stevenson a lot of problems. And I think Gervonta Davis can take away Shakur Stevenson's jab and cause problems with his jab. I think Shakur Stevenson's going to be in trouble. Really. I think he's going to be in trouble because Gervonta Davis is looking for something with Shakur that can very, very, very much be there. Very, very much be there. And especially if Gervonta Davis can effectively utilize his jab on the slightly taller guy. That's what Gervonta Davis is going to have to do. If Gervonta Davis can effectively jab specifically to the body, if he can effectively jab to the body, that is going to cause Shakur Stevenson a lot of problems. Yes, it is. And he's going to have to give it up, too. That's the other thing. He's going to have to give it up. Because he doesn't want an uppercut. And he's got to be able to go to the body. So he's going to have to be very accurate with his body shots. Especially his uppercut to the body. I mean, he's going to have to be pinpoint with his uppercut to the body and his hooks to the body. But his jab to the body is going to have to be there because he's going to have to do something to open up. He's going to have to do something to open up Shakur Stevenson. He's going to have to do something to do that. I'm not so much worried about Shakur's jab because Gervonta Davis is very shifty. Nor am I really worried about his combination punching. Because Shakur Stevenson's not going to run off combinations on Gervonta. Unless there's a point in time when Gervonta does this. If Gervonta takes the high guard on him and is just looking and walking him down like that, that's a sign of trouble in a fight for Shakur. Because he's feeling like there's nothing coming. You know? However, I really think it's an intriguing fight, bro. Oh, really? Debate me. No. All right, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate your time, man. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for wasting my time. And you can head on out of here too. Thank you very much for your time. No, he has to open up his shot. Shakur Stevenson fights in a kind of a Philly shell. He fights like this. The opening is right here. There's an opening, bro. Shakur Stevenson has an opening right here. I'm sorry, right here. Shakur Stevenson has a very wide open right here. He's trying to tempt you into taking a shot at his head because it looks like his head is available, but his head is not available. He's going to get out of that. So what he has to do, especially as a shorter fighter, he's got to be able to jab him right here. That little hole that this gives you right here. This hole right here. Oh, I'm sorry. This hole right here. He's got to jab into this hole right here. Right there. If he can consistently jab, bow, 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 those are scoring blows to his body right there. And guess what? It's a southpaw to southpaw stance. So Gervonta's hand is right there. Boom. That's what he's got to do. He's got to hit him right there. And if he can effectively jab him right there, he's going to get him to change his stance to this, or he's going to bring his hands, down and to cover it up, or he's going to cover it up. And if he fucks around and covers it up, then that opens up this right here. So, bro, don't tell. I know what I'm talking about, bro. It's math. The body shot is the only shot that's open. The body shot's the only shot he's giving you besides the headshot. But the headshot's not real with Shakur. Gervonta starts lunging, he's going to get caught coming in lunging. But if he comes in with a jab to the chest, he's going to cause Shakur to jab at the same time, which he can parry. He can jab, bow. He can do that little move that Terrence Crawford likes to do. How he likes to jab and catch at the same time. Jab and catch. Shakur is going to try to jab at the same time, so he catches and jabs. If he gets caught catching and jabbing one time, he's going to switch up, try to hook over the top of the jab. You switch it up. Come on, man. There's methods to the madness, bro. And by the way, just because I don't always talk about the technique doesn't mean I don't see the technique. That's what's there on Shakur. It's a jab to his chest. If he can land that jab consistently to his chest, keep him occupied with a jab to the fucking chest, that shit's going to, over time, is going to get his hand down. It's going to pull his hand down because he's going to get sick of getting hit there. And Gervonta Davis, again, his jab is a right jab. He has a right jab, which is right there to hit him right in that chest. Because it's a southpaw and a southpaw matchup. It's right there for him to land that shot right on his chest. And over time, that shit's going to pull his hands down, or it's going to pull him here. And if it pulls his hands up, then his body shots are available for him because you pulled him out of the shell. Come on, man. There's all kind of ways that these guys in Philadelphia break a shell. How do you think that? Let me ask you a question. Why do you think Floyd Mayweather Jr. got hurt fighting Shane Mosley? He got hurt because Shane Mosley jabbed him to the body and got his hands down. Jabbed him because Floyd usually starts with the jab to the body. Shane started with a jab to the body. Got Floyd's head down. Boom. Orthodox matchup. Got his ass out of that. Boom. Right hand rocks him. If that can happen to Floyd, that can happen to Shakur. Dog, you act like that's not an easy thing. The jab comes from the outside. Gervonta Davis, the jab comes from the outside. Gervonta Davis has an excellent jab. If he comes under or if he initiates the jab. If Gervonta can jab to his chest, which smaller men can do when they have good jabs, because Gervonta Davis was able to effectively jab Mario Barrios at 6 feet tall. He was effectively able to jab him. So, man, give me a break with all of this, man. I know my boxing, bro. I'm not trying to lie to y'all. Now, I'm telling you that I can see it, but that's a hard you get caught coming in. But don't think Gervonta Davis can't jab with you. If a smaller man is able to jab, if he's able to catch Shakur's jab, catch his jab, step in, get inside on him, boom, boom. Gervonta Davis is very good at closing the distance and be able to shoot a jab. Shoot a jab up top, shoot a jab to the face. Let me tell you, Malik Shaheed, I don't know what you call it when you just go ahead and run down the street. I said that you can be hit. I didn't say Shane Mosley won the fight. What I said was, Shane, if that can happen to Floyd Mayweather, an opponent jabs you to the body and it drops your hand and you get hit to the head, if it can happen to Shakur, if it can happen to Floyd, it can happen to Shakur. And what I said before that was, and my whole point is, that Gervonta is from the East Coast, the same place Shakur Stevenson is from. They've seen Shakur Stevenson develop as a fighter from the time the kid was an amateur all the way to now. They've sparred Shakur Stevenson from the same area. I'm telling you, I can see something that Gervonta Davis can do that, if he's effective doing, will be a lot of problems for Shakur. Now, Gervonta Davis also could use a lot of volume. And absolutely, positively, he can get Shakur Stevenson into trading because Shakur likes to walk forward. Shakur's not somebody that just fights backwards. If Gervonta Davis can slide in, slip, change angels on him, slide on him, block, counter, go in between 2-3 shots, dog. You ever seen Gervonta Davis duck and weave shots? Gervonta Davis doesn't just go straight back. Gervonta Davis will weave out left, weave out right. That shit's not so easy to see, man. And Gervonta Davis, again, is Sparta. This is silly, bro. Anybody can get hit, and stop saying what happened to Floyd can happen to Shakur. You know Floyd gets, dog, you got to go. I'm not even going to talk to you anymore. If you want to have a serious conversation and say Shakur cannot get hit, what do you mean? You're not a boxing fan, bro. You're just talking, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want to continue to talk to you, bro. You know what I mean? So let me just give myself a little break so I don't have to see you talking. You're crazy. It's called boxing. If somebody is landing to the body here, specifically right here, or I'm sorry, southpaw, specifically right here, your hands are either going to have to come up to protect from that here, or your hand is going to have to come here. I'm sorry, bro. That's how it works. Shakur Stevenson stands like this. He stands like this. There's an opening right here. In order to protect this opening, he's either going to have to get out of it and come this way, or he's going to have to do this windshield wiper, and he's going to have to get you here. And guess what? If he mistimes this, mistakes a jab, and he puts his hand here, that means this is open. The thing about this stance is that this is what he's leaving open. See? You got an opening here, and you got an opening here. Most people are going to try to take this opening. So it's very easy for them. Boom, boom, boom. But if you can get them here, then boom. Come on, man. They say chestnut checkers, right? Making adjustments, things like that. You can force him to make an adjustment. You force the adjustment. You will force his hand here, or you will force his hand here. If his hand starts coming here, bow. If his hand starts coming here, boom, boom. Or straight up the middle. Come on, man. Man, look, bro, I've been watching boxing a long time, though. I mean, I don't want to debate about little things like this all the time. I let people talk about the boxing technique because they're professionals. But, bro, if you watch 10,000 fights, you know full well where Shakur Stevenson's weakness is. Because that's the weakness of the way that he fights. That's why you have to have different looks. That's why people switch from orthodox to southpaw so they can change the angle back to this angle. Shakur does this, gives you this, which you can't get to. So you jab, you're doing all kind of stuff, looking stupid all day because you're headhunting with the guy. When the fact of the matter is it's right here. And that's how they break the Philly shell. That's how the Philly shell, that's how that shell has been broken for hundreds of years. That's how that defense has been broken for hundreds of years of people doing it since before Georgie Benton. That's how they broke it. You know why? Because a lot of people fought like that. So they know exactly how to beat it because the trainers are like, jab him right there and be patient. And if you can jab him right there, his hand is going to move. Come on, man. Just like if you can have a southpaw, that's another thing. That's why if you're over here and that, what is the southpaw? It's a straight right hand coming from the other guy, right? Your weakness, because you're here, is it right here? Yeah, it's right forward. It's right forward. I'm not a southpaw, so it's funny. Right here, right? So what's the other? It's a straight right. It's a straight right. But that's not going to be available from the southpaw stance. David Beat said, crazy how many people hate Tank, so they make up anything and everything. Well, you know, it's to get, you got to get somebody to talk to you, man. You got to get somebody to talk to, somebody to speak to you. But, dog, don't come around me with that nonsense. I know full well Shakur Stevenson got a style that can be beat. So does Floyd. So does Floyd. I'm going to tell you who would have beat Floyd. Y'all ain't going to like this. Dog, the guy with the perfect style to beat Floyd is Aaron Pryor. Aaron Pryor is the guy that would beat Floyd Mayweather. That's the toughest of everybody that people talk about that would give Floyd Mayweather Jr. a world of trouble. Aaron Pryor is the guy because Aaron Pryor throws punches from crazy ass angles. Gervonta doesn't really throw punches from crazy ass angles. Gervonta Davis throws hooks, throws a lot of straight shots, but he doesn't really throw them from crazy angles, which is what Marcos Maidana did. Martin, I definitely respect what you're saying. I just don't think Tank beat Shakur on the scorecards. He has to knock him out. I mean, dude, he can beat him on the scorecards if they're fighting all the time. Shakur throws a lot of punches. Shakur doesn't sit around on his ass all day. But anyway, look, man, it'll be tough. I'm just saying, you know. I don't think Floyd would have beat Aaron Pryor because of his volume. Because of the volume of punches. He would have had to try to stop. He would have had to stop Aaron Pryor because of the volume of punches that Aaron Pryor has. But Aaron Pryor is very awkward. Very, very awkward, bro. That's an adjustment that he has to make. But if you get out of that shell, you expose yourself. Yes, that's one adjustment that he has to make. One adjustment, which means he's got to bring his fucking hands down. You think, let me ask you a question, bro. You think making the adjustment of bringing your hand right here or fighting Gervonta like this and opening up your body, you may have to make an adjustment as to how that jab gets there, but there's an adjustment that will be made to your adjustment. Gervonta knows full well that you're going to start doing something different, right? And then what are the options? And they're going to go through it. When you do this, Shakur will do this. When Shakur does that, you do this. If you force Shakur to make an adjustment, that is your benefit. Ask a question for me. Fanon, you right. I always say Pryor puts. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's tough. Nephew Tank needs to come to your boxing show because you do support. No, he doesn't. Gervonta Davis does not need to come to my live stream. No, thank you. I'm serious, man. These niggas don't do me no good. I like Gervonta Davis as a fighter. I don't need to meet him as a person, brother. I appreciate what you're saying, Kirk, but I mean this with all my heart. I don't need to talk to Gervonta. I don't particularly enjoy talking to the boxers. I prefer to watch them fight. I don't really like having conversations or close relationships with fighters. Because the fact of the matter is, bro, these guys are in it as a job, and I'm in it, and I don't want to interfere with their job. So Gervonta can do and say whatever Gervonta wants to do. I'm going to treat him fairly. I'm going to be on my channel doing my thing. And when I talk about him, it's going to be because he's a public figure and it's a subject for public discourse. And that's what I'm going to do. Other than that, I have no interest in being his friend or being his enemy or anything like that. I really don't. But I tell you with all my heart, I tell you that I really want him to do extremely well in his life with all my heart. Same thing for Devin Haney. Same thing for Keyshawn Davis, Shakur, Stevenson, and everybody else. I really do. I don't have any negativity towards these people, man. And for real, you know? And I want to keep it that way. And the way that I can keep it that way is not having a lot of contact with them. You know what I mean? That way y'all can hate me from a distance. I don't have to worry about y'all trying to hate me up close. One of the biggest mistakes I ever made, bro, was talking to Bill Haney. Should have never done it. Should have never picked up the phone. Regret ever having picked up the phone. That's just one adjustment. Yeah, it is just one adjustment. And guess what? Gervonta is going to have to make adjustments too. I know Tank pissed now. He coming for everybody. I mean, hey, man, I don't know. Gervonta just need to come for that money and sue Jake Paul. That's what I want. Honestly, I just want Gervonta to get out this case because then everything is everything. Hey, look, man, we got 348 people in the live stream on YouTube. 348 people on the live stream in YouTube. Thank y'all so much. Would you mind hitting the like button? Thank you so much. I'm really trying to make sure that you can get your notifications tomorrow and that if I do another live stream or if I put up a video, there may be, it's not promised, maybe a better chance that you'll get the notification if you thumb up and like the video. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, I don't want to be his friend, bro. I'm not spreading any misinformation on him. I'm not giving him any benefit of the doubt. I'm not, because there ain't no doubt in my mind, bro, that I'm going to follow the process. All I'm going to do is talk about what's going on. And you guys just, you know, it's no longer needed for me to tell you what kind of people you guys are. But you guys are really sellouts. You guys work with these racists. Like you guys are cover for racists. You guys started a movement when you guys are covering for racists. Because it's Rick Glazier's guys that said some stupid shit to me on the internet, man, for real. Like, dog, seriously, man, you guys are truly sellouts. Truly sellouts, a bunch of sellouts for what you're doing to Tank. Because you guys are doing it for Rick Glazier and those guys. You're doing it because now that you bum-ass dudes won't say shit to me, these WHITEBOYES's got to say something to me, which is a huge mistake for them, bro, because I'm going to tell you, dog, you know to shut your asses up. You knew before they knew to shut your asses up. Talking to me. Hey, dog, we definitely don't fuck with y'all. So y'all need to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So for y'all to even open your mouth with y'all little smart asses, know damn well y'all are desperate. Talking about, what was that dude that shit said? God, dog, I can't remember what he said. Now, I'm telling you, man, they sell outs like a champ, bro. And let me tell you what clue I got yesterday. Because this guy who I said something about, because you know the rumor that Floyd Mayweather was settled with Al Heyman for $120 million? Like, this is like Mike Montero. You guys have probably never heard of Mike Montero. Mike Montero, I think, is probably 100% troll right now. Like, all Mike Montero probably does right now is put a bunch of racist posts out and a bunch of shit. But Mike Montero, in my personal estimation, what's wrong with the super chat options? I don't know, man. Is there something wrong with the super chat options? I don't know, man. Hey, why don't you refresh them? Hey, refresh your stream. I don't know, Sammy. I don't know. Let me see if you're on. Where are you at? I saw it. I don't know, man. My bad. Hey, you can always try the Cash App. Fanon, can you do some evening live videos? Honestly, the nighttime is kind of full, man. With guys that do live streams. Coach Chris, I don't like to go live when I know certain people are gonna go live. So, like, I'm a big fan of KO Boxing, and I don't know what time KO Boxing goes on during nighttime. So I try not to go live the same time KO Boxing goes live. Also in the afternoon, there's guys like Just Do Boxing and people like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could sometimes, like when I do a live stream for a full fight. But I'm a morning person, to tell you the truth, Coach Chris. Like, if my wife does not keep me in bed, you know what I mean? If a night live would be dope for 9, I mean, I might do one time. I mean, that's interesting, maybe. You know, they hate on you because their favorite YouTube channels just peep the lingo and the narratives. They hate on you because of their favorite YouTube channels just peep the lingo and the narratives. Oh, no. They hate me because of white people. No, these people are paid by white people. They work for white people. Yeah, they do. They work for white people. Because the first people to attack me were white people. And I set their bitch asses down. Yeah, I did. It's called the niggas that were trying to partner with Daniel Kinahan. No, they were white boys. No disrespect, man. No disrespect to my fellow white people. No. They were white people, bro. These are white people. These black people work for white people. They want to call me nigga, but they can't do it. Big homie says, in a few minutes behind, but enjoying some awesome boxing talk. Blessings, Mr. Martin in chat. P.S. F. Lil Dev and Lil Debbie Haney, Shakira, Tia Lopez, Tank over everybody. Yes, sir. And Phoenix said, Tank has a better job than Shakur and Devin. There's evidence that proves it. I believe so. My guy, Pretty Rick, says, stay blessed. Cornelia Burnett said, don't ignore Barbara D. And my guy, Phoenix, said, Bill showed he pay attention to Devin for real. He was on Twitter asking fighters became jokers like he don't see Devin every damn day. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. That nigga wild, bro. DJ Moses said, didn't have any questions, OG. Just wanted to show some support for the best boxing platform. Thank you, man. I'm trying to mature, bro. I am going to try to mature, bro. No joke. I really am. I am not going to beef with people, dude. I'm not. I am trying to mature. I'm trying to give you, like, seriously, bro. I'm 56 years old, bro. I'm not trying to do this shit. Fight with y'all and argue with you like that anymore. But let me talk to y'all people who are over there on Twitter who are listening to me right now, because y'all have to listen to me. Dog, do not get me fucked up, bro. Do not get me fucked up. Okay? I know full well you got your asses whooped before. So you guys like to act like you don't get your asses whooped. Let me tell you the MO. Let me tell you the MO of these particular type of people. Whether it's in the media or whether it's in real life. If you beat the shit out of them, they're just going to lie and say you didn't do it. Just like black people can discover this thing, they can discover that thing, they can live here for centuries. Dog, they're just going to say you didn't live here. If you're an indigenous people and a lot of y'all are still alive, they'll just say that you all died 1,000 years ago, rename you, and act like they discovered it and nobody was here. You have to understand the extent to which these people will lie. They have no compunction about lying. And the black people like Blue Blood that work for them, that carry their handbags in Black America, they lie like fucking rugs too because they're told to lie. Lie, 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 lie. That's what y'all do. You just lie. When you lose fights, you lie. When you win fights, you exaggerate about how much you won by. Okay? But in the real world, everybody knows you got your ass kicked. So I know I kicked your ass. I know it. You know it. I know it. So you can now try to pretend like your boss already didn't get his ass kicked and think that now because he got his ass kicked, oh, you start from scratch? Bro, I will run through you fucking clowns again. So please spare me your stupid shit, and definitely glad you ain't dumb enough to call me no nigga to my face. You niggas do it in hiding. You niggas know full well you don't talk to me like that. That's why your boy Daniel Kinahan and Probellum and all that shit got shut down like I told you it would. I told you it was going to get shut down, and it got shut down. I told you about the Ricos, and you niggas is under Ricos. So please stop playing with me, bro. That's the little bit of time I'll spend talking on that and tell you that I'm really trying to be positive. I don't care how many fake channels and fake friends you try to convince to magically turn their back on me and start some public beef. Bro, you guys have done it so many times. I know how you operate. You're just changing players. Just like you set up Gervonta Davis to get it back to boxing. You guys thought you could put a case on Gervonta. You thought you were so smart. You can put a case on him in Florida that's going to cause him to have a probation violation in Maryland with a judge he doesn't like. And y'all jumped the gun and thought that man was going to get put in jail. You're dead wrong. And you won't even issue an apology. You just demand that he sues the girl that lied on him. If it winds up that she lied on him, which we don't even know yet. So it's interesting that you guys are already acting like she lied, even though none of the facts have come out to say that. You guys have just been wrong so many times, you're backing up and being like, yeah, we can't keep going with this. It's ridiculous, bro, what you guys do. But you guys work for these same people. Rick Glazier, I'm going to put a name on it. I'm going to say Rick Glazier. I'll say Rick Glazier. The people that you guys call a completely self-made hate, black folk hate machine. Y'all put news out about him. You guys for a long time have been using him as a resource. You quote him as a source of information. He came on your show time and time and time again. And then you know what he is, but yet you never say he's lying. But you still have to put his information out, and you say, well, this comes from Rick. Let me tell you what I also found out was very interesting. The person that talked to me, the one that I know wanted to call me that N-word but didn't dare do it, bro, everybody acted like you were some big deal. G, like you're some big deal talking to me like if I raise my voice at you, you're going to like what? Oh, okay. You one of them niggas, huh? Dog, I'll make an example of you too, homie. We'll make an example if you've not already been talked to. So don't get it twisted, bro. I know you guys are racists. And I know the main reason that you guys don't like Al Heyman is because he's black. The main reason you don't like Gervonta Davis is because Gervonta Davis will not bow down and do what you tell him to do, which is the same reason you don't like me, because I'll be damned if I do shit you tell me to do, little dudes. I don't got to do nothing that you tell me to do. Nothing. And nothing. From being polite to moving over here to moving over there to saying something to not saying something. I don't have to say anything that I don't want to say, and I can say whatever I want to say. And if you don't like me, block me. Something that you miraculously didn't want to do and got mad at when I blocked you. So anyway, we now know for sure, in my opinion, that the anti-Gervonta Davis, anti-PBC thing is really Rick Glazier primarily. Rick Glazier and his little New York goons. And I don't care what race you are. If you're a little goon, you're a little goon. On God, I don't care what race you are. It's not a black-white thing, bro. You can be Italian. You can be whatever you want to be. It's not going to matter to me, bro. It really doesn't. So beat it. But now, at the very least, we know why you guys keep telling these lies and why you're suing Al Heyman, knowing damn well. Now, let me repeat something else for the people that understand this, so you can understand this. You spread the rumor that Al Heyman had settled for $120 million. And then you put a little meme and had Floyd dancing to it like a little monkey. Dancing like a little monkey. Trust. That's what you said. And trust. That's what you said yesterday. I was trying to remember what you said. The racist thing that you said. Your racist dog whistle. Your racist dog whistle was trust. You know how black people say, man, trust. Not trust. Oh, trust. Like Mike, like Mike Montero does and Steve Kim does and Rick Glazier does. And because you got a black friend or a black wife, you think it means people don't see what you're doing? And you black people that are in New York City, that are in New Jersey, that work with these people to tear down Gervonta Davis, shame on you. But I do know that you're little peons for them. Let's be real. You're little peons for them. They tell you where to go. They tell you your inside information. When you want an interview, they're the ones that give you the information. They're the ones that give you all your inside information. They're the ones that get you your fight passes. They're the ones that help you fix fights and give you information. They're the ones. Rick Glazier and them with their racist asses. Super racist. Would literally talk to me like a boy. Like if I talk to you, I have to be polite if you're going to at me. And I told you, brother, if you don't like it, block me. But I don't take orders. I didn't appreciate how you gave me an order. And right there, I knew it was Rick Glazier. And I knew it was Victor Conte, because that's how Victor Conte talks. That's how they talk to black people. They give you orders. They tell you what to do. Because your job is to do it and perform in front of the black people for them. That's who you are sold out to. That's why Coach Malachi, with all of that fag non. I never did anything to Coach Malachi in my life. Never. But there you are next to Steve Kim. There you are putting that racist Rick Glazier and racist Steve Kim on your channel. Talking crazy shit about me. So anyway, we know who you guys are. You know what I mean? And believe you me, bro, I told you bums beforehand. I don't care who your boss is. They're not going to do shit to me. But at least now we're at the level of your bosses with your YouTube shit talk. Too bad Victor Conte's dead. Too bad. Maybe he could have made me go get a job. Ain't that what y'all said? You little peon mafia niggas. You called me. You said that I needed to get a job. Ain't that why you got all of these phony ass people come talking to me and then days later starting these bullshit? Let's get it back to boxing. So anyway, I am very, very happy to see that Gervonta Davis is not in jail for his probation violation in Baltimore. It seems like a judge, I can say this for sure, that a judge was not politically influenced to do Gervonta Davis wrong and give him jail time, which that lady could have done. She easily could have snatched that young man and put that young man in jail because of an accusation that many people now suspect was a false accusation. But how did Gervonta Davis get in this situation, and what did it cost him? While you guys are over there on Twitter laughing about the payday that he missed, right? Because all you were interested in him was making him miss a payday. Because you guys can find ways through your little ground fixers in Florida, how to put a case on this guy. And you tried to put at least 3 cases on the guy already in Florida. In Florida. So yeah, man, you guys are basically coming apart at the seams. You guys are basically coming apart at the seams. Yes, you are. I hear you guys are drying up. Hey, man, can somebody tell me if you are hearing from Turkey Al-Sheikh with the same what do you call it? Regularity as we were hearing from Turkey Al-Sheikh? I need to ask a question because I might be wrong. And this is just a question. I don't know the answer to it. It's not a rhetorical question. Have you been seeing, does it seem like Turkey's talking about boxing as much? It seems like, is Turkey's next card in September? Is Turkey's next card in September? Am I wrong? Am I right? Or is it in September? I'm begging for interaction because, you know, it's hard work to have a channel where you got to cover the talk the whole time, even though I love it. And I'm so happy that you guys will continue to talk with me. I don't think that I've seen him as often. You know what I mean? I follow. And by the way, shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh. Shout out to Turkey Al-Sheikh. No disrespect, man. Only had to talk bad about you because I needed to know what was up. No hard feelings, bro. How can any black person be happy that another black person lost? I thought we were supposed to uplift each other. Well, I can't lie. There's some black people that lost that I get happy when they lose. I can't lie. At a certain point in time, I know some Negroes that I don't mind if they lost. I didn't mind seeing them lose. Dillian White is the number one. I did not mind seeing Dillian White lose at all. Matter of fact, if I was athletic enough, if I was young and athletic enough and skilled enough, I'd have done a backflip. I'd have done a backflip when I saw Dillian White lose. Loved it when he got knocked out by Alexander Povetkin. Didn't really care when he lost to Tyson Fury, but you know, it is what it is. I was very happy though. I got some hater in me, dog. I can't lie. Devin losing to Ryan Garcia. I didn't want him to lose to Ryan Garcia, but I did take advantage of the loss. I can't lie. I took advantage of the loss, bro. But let me talk to you again, bro. Dog, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to my WHITE people. Bro, don't get me fucked up. I am not afraid of you. Like, seriously, bro. Like, you're little, like, seriously. I mean this with all my heart, bro, for real. Dog, don't play. Like, you know what I'm saying? These niggas, you always had the black people trying to be the buffer. And now that I got rid of the black people buffer, you guys are back raw and naked talking to me again. Trust me, bro. You guys are not somebody that I'm concerned about. Okay? So let's keep cool. Because I got more white friends than you do. Okay? I've got more white muscle than you do. So I'm not worried about you, less so than I am about Negroes. Okay? Less so. Because I so happen to know that the white folk that really run, they don't fuck around. And I'm good as gold with them. So I'm not worried about you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, dog. And if you do your investing, you do your research on me before you talk that shit, dog, don't let the sweet taste fool you, bro. I made it to 57 years old, bro. Or I should. I'm planning on making it to 57 years old this year. There's been a lot of people that have thought like you for a lot of years. At least 40 of them. So I don't see how you're going to be different than the other people that have been coming at me for well over 40 years. Young man, what the fuck is going to make you any different? Young white man, what is going to make you any different? Don't let your superiority complex get to you, homie. It doesn't apply here. Okay? It doesn't apply here. Back your dumb ass up. Get back to dealing behind black people. And don't use no trusts around me, Junior. Because you're Junior. You're a little man. And I've told you. And I'll tell you again. Rick Glazier is a lower middle manager. He's a crumb bum. Fuck him. Never cared a shit about him. Never will care a shit about him. I'm insulted that he thinks he has any influence on me. I'm insulted that he thinks that he could breathe sideways at me. That's what I think of him. He's that insignificant. And you all work for him. Stop it. I'm not all black. I am black, but nigga, that don't mean that all my family is. So you guys keep having your little superiority complex. It's going to make it hurt for you really bad because these people don't give a shit about being white. They don't even think about it like that. They think about us being family. That's what they think. They think family. They don't think race. They think family. You're not in the family, partner. So you can't just bump your lips thinking just because I got beef with other people who are in the family that somehow brings you in it. It doesn't. Trust me. So that's just a little public service announcement because you guys got stupid enough to start yapping. Don't yap. Phoenix said they in the middle of rehab season with no fights. Remember when I said they ended up having none for this season last summer? Hey, bro, they ain't having no fights during rehab. That's a good, hey, save some money, doesn't it? 504 under. Thank you so much, Phoenix, for supporting. Turkey better find them 2 Ferraris ready for Tank. He need a big pay. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Look, I fuck with Turkey, though. I fuck with Turkey. Turkey, invest in TKO, Turkey. I don't have a problem, bro, because I want these managers to go out of business. Put a 1 in the chat if I can tell you my deepest wish for what's going on in the sport of boxing right now. I want 90% of you managers to go out of business. I want you managers to go out of business. I do. I want you managers to go out of business. I don't want the promoters to go out of business. I want the managers to go out of business. I want the managers to go out of business. Yep. I want the managers to go out of business. Yep. Yep. That's who I think need to go out of business. Because those guys are playing a lot of fucking games, bro. Bill Haney is not a promoter. Bill Haney is a manager. Bill Haney is not a promoter. Bill Haney is a manager. The guys that are taking all the money from the fighters directly are managers. The Muhammad Ali Act is primarily in place to protect people from managers. It is. The number one thief from boxers are managers. They're managers. Now, I'm not saying I want all managers to go out of business, but I want a lot of them because they're the number one thief. They're the number one thief. They're the ones that invest all this money in fighters. They invest a bunch of money in fighters and they claim they want to get the money back. So they wind up selling that fighter to a promoter who gives them a cut, and they move those guys across multiple promoters, but at the same time, they're managing the whole thing. Managers. And I personally think managers are the most street level. There are more managers than there are promoters, so therefore getting rid of a bunch of managers is going to make it easier. You're going to have a more powerful manager, and maybe the manager will be less likely to fall and give a bad contract to a promoter. And I've met a bunch of managers that I think are up to sneaky shit. That's why. Yep. Sign with Jay Prince. Jay Prince is a very good manager. Al Heyman, if he's still coherent and he's still working, which I don't think he is, unfortunately, it's a good manager. But some of these managers work for the promoters. They don't work for the fighter. They work for the promoter. And I've always told you guys that, but nobody wanted to listen to me when I said it. Everybody's like, the promoter works for the fighter. I'm like, you're out your fucking mind. You have a contract with the promoter, which means you guys have different responsibilities on the contract, but 99 out of 100 times, most of the leverage is with the promoter. So how is it that the fighter works for the promoter when the promoter has all the leverage? It doesn't even work like that. No, they have contracts of adhesion 90% of the time that I've seen. Terrible contract where one guy is the one that has the money coming through. That's why it's unfair. Yeah, managers, and network. The networks are funny too. But God, I'm telling you, man, media guys like Jim Lampley, they're just a bunch of fucking racists. Let's just be real, bro. They're just a bunch of fucking racists, dog. Max Kellerman, Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant. They got 4 white people on the camera for every black person there. Let me tell you when I'm going to know they're not racist. When there's more black people on the panel than there are white people. That's when I'm going to see that they're not racist. But as long as you sit up there and you got one black person for every 5 white people, I'm not buying it, dog. I'm not buying it. As long as you got Mark Kragel up there sitting there. They got rid of, the first person that they got rid of on the panel on Top Rank was the extra black person in Andre Ward. Dog, do not tell me these people ain't racist, dog. These white people that run boxing, that are responsible for a lot of these decisions and a lot of these things are racist. They just got better at hiding it. Yeah, they did. And I don't care if there are Trumps. Man, you think all of these damn Trump supporters, none of these dudes is racist no more. None of this shit, man, get out of here. And the black people that are doing all this hate on Tank are selling out to them. They're just selling out to them because that's who they work for. That's who all y'all work for, bro. And by the way, is Tim Bradley really black? Yes, Tim Bradley is black. He is black between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. every day. Yes, he is. He just got work hours, dog. You know what I'm saying? First of all, fuck that. I ain't even gonna talk bad about Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley is a Hall of Fame fighter. Tim Bradley is entertaining. Tim Bradley deserves better. And this is how niggas be giving you backhanded compliments. He deserves better. He deserves more views than he's getting. Look, get the fuck out of here, man. Do not ever backhand compliment me like no cornball shit like that. Like, Martin, you're so good, you should have more followers. Bro, you're judging me, bro. Fuck off. Telling me I should have more followers, man. I got as many followers as I need. I need more people to watch this video. I got so many people that know my name, it's a goddamn itch in my ass. I need motherfuckers to watch more of the people that know me to support. But man, do not think for a second these guys do not sell you out to racists. They're putting a black argument out there for racists and they're sellouts. Bill Haney is a sellout. That's why the nigga always want to jump out there and call you a coon. Every time I'm talking about supporting people, some random black person just jumps out there and says, you're a coon. Because, you know why? Because Steve Kim thinks he's smart. Because Steve, I'm telling you, they black between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. That's when the hog maws come out. That's when the greens come out. That's when they sitting there smoking weed on the back porch with hitting a couple shots of Hennessy. That's when the nigga come out. 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. After that, they are on the clock. Ching ching. They on the clock. Good boy clock. You know what I mean? They on the good boy clock after that, dog. Oh, man, KO Boxing's good people, man. Look, bro. Look. I am not, let me say something to you, man. I am going to keep KO separate from myself when I make these conversations because KO does not deserve the slack that comes from me. KO deserves everything that KO earns and KO does because KO is a unique individual with his own thought processes. So when I'm conversating, I don't want to say anything about KO because I don't want KO to get unnecessary slack because of me. You know what I mean? I really don't. For the good people, I don't want you to have any slack. For the bad people, dog, seriously, you're never coming by my channel anymore because you was a little roach doing that little roach shit. That ain't cool to act like a roach, bro. And plus, man, I don't want anybody to give me my credit. I want you to listen to me and what I have to say. I really do. I just want you guys to act like if somebody's insulting me, act like that shit don't exist and leave. That's it. Just leave. I don't need credit. I got credit. Trust me. In fact, that's all I got is credit. Damn it. I got so much credit. I need to cash this shit in. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to pay for this credit that I have. Because you know what the credit is? It's the debt somebody owes me. There's a whole lot of credit I got out there because there's a lot of people that owe me shit that ain't never paid up for nothing. Okay? And I mean that shit. Just like I can look at Barbara D, and Barbara D ain't never got to give me another dime in Barbara D's life. My guy, Phenomenal Noop, my guy, Chillville, and several other people, you know, Jameson Childress, I could go on and on. There are people, if they don't ever give me another dime in their life, bro, I know they gave me more than I deserve. And that's when I appreciate that shit, man. I really do. That's what having a support team is. It really is. And I will support them in their life and what they do if they had another endeavor. The only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to be doing that shit a lot less frequently. Like, no joke, bro. I'm not helping you guys. Can y'all hear me? Tell me if y'all can hear me, man. Somebody put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I guess I'll go because y'all ain't. Hold on 1 second. All right, let me see. It should be good. Y'all can't hear me. All right, y'all can hear me. Cool. Why am I not getting comments? Man, these comments are drugged way behind your comments, man. That's crazy. There's a bunch of ones I saw on the camera that still have not come through on my. Man, I'm not getting comments. Wow, I'm not getting comments, man. Those comments are super delayed, bro. I wonder what that's about. Wow, that's weird. Yeah, okay. It's okay. I see ones. I see you good. I guess the only comments that I can see, yeah, because that's. Wow, that's weird. I can't get credit. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna come out and come in. Okay, cool. We good. All right, man. Much love in the Cash App. Said I've been listening to you for 2 years now, not just for boxing, but information, but life lessons you give. I'm 50 years old. I appreciate what you do Always listening and learning. Thank you, Jamar Skywalker. Now, let me tell you something, Jamar Skywalker. I know, and I'm going to talk for a couple minutes on this because I want you to understand this. There's a lot of white people that don't like me. In the boxing world, they really don't like me. So what they did is they partnered with some other black people so that black people could attack me and they could never be called racist. What they did was now they have other people calling me names that work for them instead of them saying it to me directly. Like guys like Steve Kim, guys like Rick Glazier, rest in peace or whatever, to Victor Conti, you know, kind of like how back in the day they used to be able to just say shit about you and call you the N-word to your face. And because these guys are mobsters and big time, you know, what do they call them? Made men and all this bullshit. They think that they can really do shit to black people and black people ain't worth shit. All of that shit. I will slap fire out these motherfuckers' mouths without even coming into their city. That's how low on the rung these guys are. Because the ones that actually are on the level close to my level, trust me, they're not talking like that to me. I assure you, they're not talking like that. Whenever we actually have discussions, it's very, very polite. Everybody's got suit and ties on. And they're like, how are you, Martin? How are you today? I haven't seen you in a long time. It's good to see you. Their bosses, that's how they talk. But see, when they're little thugs on the street, see you walking around the street, all they see is a black man, and they don't know who the fuck they talking to. But then they get checked when they find out who the fuck they talking to. So because they can't talk that way, they go get some black people to hide behind. They get some tough talking brothers from the hood to start bumping their mouths. So they build it. So let me tell you what. It takes a little bit of time, but we whoop the shit out of all their little black bullies. All their little black bullies, we whoop the shit out of them. We cleared them out. They're nothing. They're done. So now who's going to have to be the ones talking now? Who are going to be the ones that are going to have to step up and start talking shit? It's going to be the ones that called those bums. It's going to be you guys directly, Rick Glazier. It's going to be your little guy that you thought was somebody I should be scared of or respectful of. You guys are going to be having to be the ones that step up and do something. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want that. You do not want to get drugged through the streets. You don't want that. So sit your ass down, be polite, make sure you don't call me a nigga. You remember that I told you, boy. Do you let that N-word out your mouth about me, bro, and somebody hear that shit, you know what it is. Because my white friends are going to beat you up. Because my white family is going to beat you up. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you know you're part of the family. You know what I mean? When you're part of the family. Other parts of the family, you know, you can't talk all that shit, especially if you a little low rung nigga. But let me go to Jay Walker. Thank you, brother. Especially when you're a little low totem pole type guy. So look, guys, wise guys, sit your ass up, sit your ass down, and let the black people fake. Okay? Go back to letting the black people fake. Pay the money to them like you've been paying. Pay the money to them like you've been paying. Because you know full well it's been you the whole time setting up all of these people. Every time I know what's going to happen. All of a sudden somebody is going to get a YouTube channel. Then they're going to get interviews from people. They're going to get inside connections. And then all of a sudden, after they get their interviews, people start coming to their channel. We're going to interview Floyd Schofield. We're going to interview this guy and that guy. All of a sudden, they got beefs with me because they could have never got the interviews if they didn't have a beef with me. But we understand your little games. and how you play and how you set this shit up. We understand. I understand anyway. So Rick Glazier, let me talk to you for a little bit of time, Rick Glazier. You need to find another avenue. Yes, you do. You need to find a new avenue, buddy. You need to find a new hustle, buddy. Because when these guys take over, you know, Ari Emanuel, you know, guys that would never even talk to you in their life, you know, those guys, when they get rid of the managers, they're also going to get rid of all the guys that get paid money out of the purses of fighters from the managers, right? Once the managers are cut out, because that's what this whole Ali Act is doing, is it's going to cut out the middlemen. Let me jump in and jump out again so I can see these comments. Like, for real. I'll look at the comments over here. He said, in other words, white man been used to fuck out of black. Exactly, bro. They sell out to white people, bro. Like, that's what they are. They've been selling out to black. Well, why am I always so angry? I'm not angry. Well, probably because of cats like you coming around here asking questions like this. West Coast Gotti. Because of West Coast Gottis. That's why I always mad, man. Because of West Coast Gottis. Because of guys that are West Coast Gottis. That's why I'm mad. I'm not mad. I'm just telling you, bro, you guys are coming at me and you think I'm stupid and don't know it was you coming at me. Come on, man. That's what you guys are into. And I don't care if you're in the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. It don't make a difference, bro. You guys are sullying my name, bro. You guys are sullying my name. So I just thought I would tell you guys that I know it's you doing it. Just like you guys are the ones with all this stupid money, getting money out of trust funds and getting money out of hedge funds, bro. Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to go to a Teamster. I read the newspaper, guy. We the same age, let's do it, bro. We're not the same age, and I'm not doing shit, bro. I'm going to throw your ass out of here, bro. We not doing shit. We ain't the same age, okay? I don't give a shit. We ain't doing nothing. You're just going to get out of here. All I'm telling you is you racist cats are the same people that were in the comment sections of East Side Boxing, of Doghouse Boxing, Max Boxing, Boxing Scene. You guys were all in the comment section calling everybody Nigger monkeys. You guys would have all kind of conversations in there about long conversations about how black people are really apes and how stupid we are and how this, that, and the other thing. You guys used to love doing that. That's what you guys did all the time. And then we got forums of our own where you guys couldn't come in and do it. So then we cleared the air of you guys. Black people were allowed to talk to each other, and you guys couldn't get in there and call everybody niggers and this and that and the other thing. Come on, man. We remember how you guys are. You're my age. That means you guys were there in 2000, which means I know what kind of person you are. And I know what you really think. You don't like Gervonta Davis because Gervonta Davis is black. You don't like Al Heyman because Al Heyman's black. And you are okay with black people that do what you say to do, as long as the black person does what you tell them to do. But the second a black person does something you don't want them to do, you tear the black person down. Come on, dog. I know who you are. I grew up with you. I've been talking to you about boxing since 2000, man. Just because I stopped paying attention to you doesn't mean I think you went away. You guys are the same ones. You're the Sean. What's that guy's name? Sean, you're listening. Sean Newton, you're still listening to the channel. You're still working with these people, trying to tear down every black channel that comes out talking about black fighters. You guys tear down channels, black boxing channels, from the ground up. As soon as somebody gets a voice, you try to start inundate them with a bunch of dumb shit to try to ruin their reputation so they can't have a voice. How many times have you guys tried to ruin my reputation? How many times have you tried to ruin my reputation with people in general and tried to ruin my reputation with people specifically? You've done it countless times because that's what you do. Because these racists want you to do it. Blue blood is a sellout. How do you think this guy is putting videos up with 5 minutes and 6 minutes in it with no fucking ads put in the video at all? How do you think these guys, besides him and other people, are able to get these inside tracks into Top Rank, inside tracks into the most racist fucking people that there are? But yet these are the chosen ones. Running around here acting like monkeys and shit. Goofballs. That's how you get big. That's how showbiz got. No disrespect to your showbiz, but you're in bed with these dudes, but at least you're not attacking me. But what do? Me act a buffoon. Because that's what they want black people to be. They want you to be and behave like buffoons. So they sell and they develop these channels that spread the culture. You lie and lie and lie and lie on people every day. Because you guys are the sellouts. You're the ones getting the checks from the racists. Don't you find it funny how often it's the people getting checks from the racists are the ones calling people Uncle Toms when they're the ones that are literally getting the checks from the white people? Even in the black power structure. When you have the big donations coming into Black Lives Matter, big donations coming into Operation Push, big donations coming into these foundations. Y'all are the ones always trying to set and tell people that they coons and what they doing, but you the ones that get the money from white people. Al, you guys run to white people to get the money from them. And now you get it out, go to gangsters to get it out of hedge funds that should be controlled by black people. And then you steal from black people. You help white people steal from black people too. Let's not even talk about that. You guys help these people tear down my name so that you can build up your own channels, so that they can give you the interviews. You know why? Because you can't carry no 2-hour conversation like this, bro. Helen Rosenthal. Exactly. Hey, see you later, Helen Rosenthal. I'm just telling you, that's what you guys are. I see the whole picture now. All I had to do was have that argument with that guy on Twitter. Because for him, first of all, no, it's you racist white people that these guys work through. Max Kellerman. Look what Max Kellerman does, man. Look what Max Kellerman said about Al Heyman versus what Max Kellerman said about Turkey Al-Sheikh. Look at how Max Kellerman, when his Dana White was waiting all his life to see the white man take over boxing. Can I please get an amen? Because we don't have to worry about Don King, because Don King been around my whole life. And Al Heyman been around my whole life. And they've been dominating in this sport my whole life. And I've been wanting to see him. I've been wanting to see him fall. And the whole time. I've been following you for a long time now. You've been saying some real shit. I love boxing all my life. I used to watch with my dad when I was 7. I am going on 50 in June. God's plan. Yes, sir. Like, seriously, man, I don't want to get an amen in church. That's why they're coming at me. You guys are literally got a Latino dude coming at me now. That's how desperate they are, because none of the black folk could take a dent. So they attack me with a Latino and a woman. Really, they switched over to a Latino and a woman. Because black men have failed so many times. Because Here for Boxing couldn't do it. Blue blood, none of y'all could do it. So they switch up, and now they got a Latino dude. And a mixed race, she's black. And a black chick. Now they want the beef with me. Isn't that a nice, ironic? Isn't that an ironic demographic. I was just looking at the optics of that. You're trying to get me to argue with a woman, which I'm not going to do. I don't care if she's white. I don't argue with women. One of the dumbest things you could possibly do in life is argue with a woman. And I believe that shit to the bottom of my heart, bro. Nicole said, fuck them. That's because you be speaking some real shit. That's all. And fuck, he's so full of shit. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was about to say something to you about this conspiracy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's Barbara D. To Barbara D. That's not me. Seriously, man, it's just interesting stuff. Now, does anybody got any more questions for me, man? Thank you. We got 10 donations in the chat today. People keeping the channel going means a lot. Oh, man, thank you, man. We got another super chat, man, from new people, too. New people supporter, bro. Thank you, man. You weren't dissuaded from me, man. And my guy, thank you so much. Mr. Motley said, can't use the super chat, but here's some color. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? Really, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, getting on to Shakur and Teofimo Lopez. I mean, Shakur and Keyshawn Davis real quick. That old video of a boxer with dreads sucker punching his opponent is the guy who murdered Max Calvin's. Oh, that's crazy. Hey, Blue Blood and Boxing for Life do like arguing with women. Dog, that's a female trait, bro. That's a female trait, bro. Arguing with women is a female trait. It is. It's a female trait. Arguing with women. Female trait, bro. You know why? Because that means you ain't trying to get to know loving. Arguing with women is a female trait. Men typically know they don't want to fucking do that shit. Like, you don't want to do it. Like, you don't want to do it. What the fuck am I arguing with you for? You know what I'm saying? That is a female trait. Arguing with women. Threatening women, female trait. But let me tell you what's not a female trait. Getting mad at a woman that you're in a relationship with. Because a woman in your relationship will frustrate the shit out you. Without a doubt. Will frustrate the shit out you. Especially if you're arguing with them. Let me repeat. A woman will frustrate the shit out you. Especially if you're arguing with them. Okay? The fact that you are arguing with women tell me that you do not have a man around you as a child. Because a man being around you, a real man in a healthy relationship with a woman, will know mission number one is do not argue. So if you here for boxing are somebody that wants to go snap on a woman, bro, you are what you call a BI. You know what it is, dog. I won't call you out your name again. You got all kind of pissed off. You're all kind of mad, made a video channel about me. If you're arguing with women, there's something wrong. I'm not arguing. I'm telling you. You can come up here and say what you got to say. I'm not arguing with you. You can hate me. You can say anything you want. Lie on me. I'll correct the lie, but I'm not arguing with you. I will correct a lie, but I'm not arguing with you. Why would I talk to Tank? Why would I talk to Tank? If I talk to Tank, that falls into the area of me not minding my own business. I don't know Tank well enough to talk to Tank. I will tell Tank that woman will frustrate you. Absolutely. And she'll get you yelling and she'll do all of that. Not on purpose and sometimes on purpose, especially if a woman likes altercations. If a woman is seeking altercation, yeah, it's tough. Not me, bro. If that argument is going over 5 minutes, bro, I'm done. I can't do it. And I'm going to probably just back out and let you have it. I ain't gonna lie, man. My win ratio with my wife is like 1 out of never. Because let me tell you, one time I beat her in an argument, I regretted it. So I gave her the win back. Because I was like, shit, it wasn't worth the conversation. So therefore, No. She will make that shit, and she know it. She will make it. Not worth you. It will not be worth your time to have been proven right in that argument. But here's the thing: 99 out of 100 times, you ain't right anyway. Because most times my wife argues, it's because she's already right. She let so much shit slide and doesn't say stuff about so many things that you don't realize how many times you've been right and how many times she's been wrong. But anyway, nah, man, I'm all right on talking to Tank. My advice is a generality. But anyway, with that amount, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Deuces.